ever imagine yourself like guiding others, towards like fulfilling careers. Today, we're diving deep into the world of a public employment service manager, a role that's so much more than just matching resumes to job openings.
Oh, for sure. You're in for a real treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't like your grandma's employment agency.
Okay.
It's about strategy, empathy, and really, getting to the heart of what makes both people and the job market tick.
So no more like just pushing papers.
No, not at all.
Tell me more. What does a public employment service manager actually do all day?
Okay,
So our source material from RoleCatcher, which, by the way, looks like a pretty slick platform for anyone navigating the job search jungle these days, dives deep into this.
they really do. RoleCatcher paints a picture of a multifaceted role. It's overseeing a team, sure,
Right.
but it's also about building relationships with employers, advocating for effective policies, and analyzing labor market trends.
It's like being a career coach, a data analyst,
Yes.
and a diplomat all rolled into one.
Exactly. And that's where a surprising set of skills comes in. We're talking critical thinking, negotiation, persuasion, not what you typically picture.
Now that you mention it, I mean, those skills are essential for almost any leadership role, especially when you're dealing with people facing uncertainty.
Absolutely. Imagine working with someone who's just lost their job.
Oh, yeah.
They're feeling vulnerable, stressed, and maybe even a little lost. Being able to guide them with both practical advice and genuine empathy.
Right.
That takes serious interpersonal skills.
And on the flip side, you've got to connect with employers, understand their needs, and champion your clients as the perfect fit. It's a balancing act, to say the least. So we've established it's not for the faint of heart.
It's true.
But what about the day-to-day environment? RoleCatcher uses words like fast-paced and demanding. Is it as intense as it sounds?
It can be.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher specifically mentions the potential for, difficult clients and challenging situations.
Right.
You're dealing with people's livelihoods, after all.
Of course.
And that can bring out a lot of emotions.
For sure.
The source really emphasizes the emotional weight of this job, describing situations where you're helping individuals facing job loss and financial strain. You need a high degree of empathy to thrive here.
That makes sense. It's rewarding, but there's a definite human cost. You mentioned the need for flexibility, too. Are we talking a strict 9 to 5 here, or is it more fluid than that?
Think more along the lines of always on call.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher suggests that you might need to be flexible with your hours, potentially working evenings or weekends to accommodate client schedules or attend job fairs and networking events.
So definitely not a job for someone who craves a rigid schedule.
Right.
But for those who thrive on variety and making a real difference.
It could be incredibly rewarding.
It sounds like a role with a steep learning curve, but also with a huge opportunity for personal and professional growth. So imagine yourself in this environment. Are you up for the challenge?
That's the million-dollar question. But before we delve into whether this career path is the right fit, let's uncover the pros and cons of the job itself. Believe me, there are some surprising insights you won't want to miss.
Okay, so we've uncovered the heart of what a public employment service manager does. A dynamic blend of strategy, empathy, and a whole lot of hustle. But let's get real. What are the major perks and potential downsides of this career path?
But the good news is that this career scores high in job satisfaction.
Right.
RoleCatcher specifically calls this out.
Yeah.
And it makes sense when you think about it. You're directly impacting lives, helping people find, not just jobs, but stability and a sense of purpose.
That's definitely a point in the pro column. But we've also talked about the emotional toll this job can take. How does the source material recommend navigating that? It seems like you'd need a certain temperament to thrive in that kind of environment.
You're spot on. The source mentions that empathy, while crucial, can also be draining if you're not careful.
Right.
They suggest setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and seeking support when needed. It's about finding healthy ways to manage your own emotions while guiding others through theirs.
Makes sense. You can't pour from an empty cup. And what about the other side of the coin? Are there any downsides beyond the emotional aspect that we should be aware of?
Yes. Remember our friend bureaucratic red tape?
Oh, yeah.
RoleCatcher doesn't shy away from that.
Right.
They call it out as a definite downside, along with potential budget constraints and the ever-present pressure to meet, performance targets.
So it's not all sunshine and roses. You're dealing with real-world limitations and navigating complex systems, all while trying to make a difference. It sounds like you need a healthy dose of idealism and pragmatism to succeed in this field.
Exactly. You need that passion for helping people,
Yeah.
but you also need to be comfortable navigating the complexities of, like, government agencies and funding structures. It's a delicate balance.
It definitely sounds like a career that requires a unique blend of skills and personality traits. So let's say someone listening is thinking, this is me, where do I sign up? What does the educational path look like to get your foot in the door?
The great news is it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. While a bachelor's degree is typically the starting point, the source material highlights a surprising range of relevant fields.
Okay.
Of course, business administration, HR, and public administration are good fits.
Right.
But they also mention sociology, psychology, economics, and even labor studies.
That's a pretty diverse range. It speaks to the interdisciplinary nature of the work itself.
Absolutely. This isn't just about crunching numbers or knowing employment law. It's about understanding human behavior, social systems, and the complex factors that influence the job market.
So you've got your degree, you're ready to dive into the world of public employment services. What does that journey look like? What are the typical stages of the career ladder?
RoleCatcher outlines a clear progression,
Okay.
starting with entry-level roles, often titled Employment Services Officer, or something similar. They emphasize that you're getting your hands dirty, so to speak, assisting clients directly, conducting interviews, and helping with, like, resumes and interview prep.
Sounds like a great opportunity to hone those all-important interpersonal skills we talked about.
You got it. As you gain experience and expertise, you might move into a specialist role, focusing on areas like program development, staff training, or labor market analysis.
I'm noticing a theme here, a lot of analysis.
It's essential. Remember, these professionals are making decisions that impact lives, so they need to be data-driven and strategic in their approach. They're not just reacting to individual situations, they're identifying trends and developing solutions for the bigger picture.
Right. Thinking about the systemic factors at play. So from specialist, the next rung on the ladder is supervisor.
Exactly. Supervisors take on more responsibility, overseeing day-to-day operations, mentoring their teams, and ensuring everything runs smoothly. RoleCatcher actually includes a quote from a real-life supervisor that I found quite insightful. They said, "Through strategic partnerships with other departments and agencies, I've successfully coordinated comprehensive workforce development programs that have had a positive impact on our community."
That's incredible. It highlights how this role goes beyond simply filling positions. It's about shaping the future workforce and creating a more resilient and equitable job market.
That's exactly it. And that leads us to the summit, the peak of this particular mountain, the Public Employment Service Manager. These are the strategists, the big picture thinkers, who set goals, manage budgets, and build those crucial bridges between government agencies, employers, and job seekers.
Wow, from one-on-one client interaction to leading large-scale initiatives that can impact the economic future of a community, it's quite a journey. But in this age of rapid technological advancement, how is the field adapting, and what do aspiring managers need to know to thrive in this evolving landscape?
That's the million-dollar question. Luckily, we have some intriguing insights from RoleCatcher on that very topic. We'll be unpacking those right away.
We've explored the ins and outs of being a public employment service manager, from, the emotional demands to the strategic thinking required.
Right.
But now it's time to address the elephant in the room, AI. It's changing the job market as we know it.
It really is. What's
Yeah.
so fascinating is how AI is changing both sides of the equation. We're seeing AI-powered tools helping people find jobs, while employers increasingly use AI to streamline their recruitment process.
Like RoleCatcher, with their emphasis on beating the bots and tailoring your resume for the AI recruiter. Sounds like a whole new ballgame out there.
It really is.
Yeah.
The reality is that algorithms are often the first hurdle job seekers face.
Wow.
These algorithms scan for keywords and phrases.
Right.
So understanding how they work is essential for anyone navigating the job market these days.
So how can job seekers make sure their applications stand out in this AI-driven landscape?
Well, it's not just about listing your skills.
Okay.
It's about showcasing them strategically.
Okay.
Imagine your resume is having a conversation with an algorithm. You want to make sure you're speaking its language. RoleCatcher emphasizes the importance of incorporating industry-specific keywords and tailoring your experience to the specific requirements outlined in the job description.
So in a way, AI is pushing job seekers to be even more targeted and strategic in their applications.
Absolutely. And it's not just about, tricking the algorithms.
Right.
It's about recognizing that clarity and relevance are key. By using the language employers and their AI tools are looking for job seekers can increase their chances of, getting their foot in the door.
It sounds like Public Employment Service Manager needs to be doubly savvy about AI.
Yes.
They need to guide their clients through this new world of algorithmic gatekeepers while also leveraging these tools to work smarter, not harder.
Precisely. Imagine using AI to analyze labor market trends, identify emerging skills gaps in real time, and connect job seekers with hyper-relevant training opportunities.
Yeah.
That's the power of these tools.
That's like they're not just managing careers, they're managing the intersection of careers and technology, constantly evolving their strategies to stay ahead of the curve.
And that brings us to a crucial point that I think often gets overlooked in discussions about AI. We've talked about the importance of soft skills, negotiation, persuasion, empathy, and how crucial they are in this line of work.
Right.
How do you think those uniquely human skills might become even more critical as automation changes the nature of work itself?
That's a great question. It seems counterintuitive, but as AI takes over more routine tasks,
Right.
those human skills building rapport, navigating complex emotions, understanding nuance, could become even more valuable.
Right. It's exactly. Those are the skills that can't be easily replicated by algorithms. It's about connecting with people on a human level, building trust, and advocating effectively for yourself and others.
It's almost like a call to action, a reminder that even in a world increasingly driven by technology, those fundamental human skills will continue to be the driving force behind meaningful work and fulfilling careers.
Couldn't said it better myself.
Well, on that note, we'll leave you to ponder that very thought. We've journeyed through the multifaceted world of the Public Employment Service Manager, a career that's both demanding and incredibly rewarding. Remember, no matter where your own career path takes you, knowledge is power. Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.